So, yay, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with you, and I'm happy to present you with my lovely book. And the reason why this is such a joyous celebration for me is because I'm not a body who sits at the computer and types. This is my kind of thing that I like to do. I like to be with people. So to write a book, if anybody here wrote a book before, yeah, to write a book you have to have a lot of patience to sit at the computer and for me, the first pass was okay, but then the fact that I had to go through the book 5 more times, that was not okay. Like when I used to write exams, I would finish writing the exam and out of the room. Even if there were 20 more minutes left and I could have gone back and see if I answered, no, I've never done it. I wrote out of the room. So for me to go back about 5 times and do it with editor, and first with non-professional editor, then I hired a professional editor. It was really, really hard. First, English is my second language, so it's a bit funny. But the universe wanted this book. This book was not on my radar. I was writing my memoirs, which is a hard book to write, and I have about 40% of that written. But the universe got me on a radio show. Somebody phoned and said, well, I think you're going to make a good radio show host. And I say, yeah, like I like to be invited to those things. I say, yeah, for sure, I will make a good radio show host. So I got to be on a radio show. And every week, I always like to teach. I don't like to just use air for nothing. Like even now, you came, we could have just signed the book and you got home. But if I don't teach a little bit, if I don't give something of value, I feel what's the purpose? So on the radio, instead of doing the regular, have a guest and they talk about themselves, I actually went each radio show, I taught a lesson. And then I had it transcribed, and that's what became like the gist of this book. And I didn't stay with the radio show too long. It was about 4 months, and I got from 0 to 6,000 listeners from 47 countries, so my ego was like really happy. But it was very tiring because every week, like it was like I was running in front of the train. Every week another show, every week doing something else. So plus I was doing my regular work, so I didn't stay with the show too long. But when I asked myself, like, what was the purpose for the show? And the purpose was so it comes into the book. So that's how this book came into existence. Also, I want to brag about the picture on the front. When I bought a self-publishing package with Balboa, that's who the publisher were. And part of the packages was that they would do the cover, except the cover was almost worse than if I've done it on my computer, and I'm not a graphic designer. So I didn't like it. And then I hired my graphic designer who did my logo, like who did the banners. I thought, okay, I really like her work, I really like how she works. I hired her to do it. She did an okay job, but it was like, it was like that. It didn't sit with me well. But at the same time, I wanted to publish. Like I didn't have more patience. It was already 2 years, and I wanted to go. Bless you, Michelle. I wanted to go. I wanted to get this out. But my heart was like, And I worked with an intuitive healer, and I said, like, I don't know, I want it out. And he said, like, I see a sky on the book. And I said, cool, that's cool, because I take a lot of photos. So I went through my computer and I looked to find sky photos, and I was looking 2 hours, and it was like I was starting to really lose patience. And then I heard a voice, the sky is outside. Now take a picture. This is my original picture, no Photoshop, and it's the first picture of about 25 that I took to see, including the warp. which I think is kind of cute. The warp from the sun. So all like the sun and everything, the clouds, everything is from that, me going outside, taking the phone. I couldn't even look because it was very sunny day, and got this photo. So the moral of this story is not as much as me bragging about the picture, but I want to also invite you to never settle for less than you're happy. Because when I saw this baby in my hands, I cried, and some of you saw the funny movie that I made with me crying. Would I have had any of the other two designs? I would have, nice, you know. But my 2 years of work would not have gave me that like absolute joy and happiness. So don't settle. This is like lesson number 1 from today. Don't settle for something less than what makes you happy. Because when you have something and I hold it and I put it there, like I'm really proud of it. And if you settle for something less, then your hard work may not give you that joy and happiness. It's just meh. And we don't want to live life to be meh. We want to live life to be joyful, happy, and enthusiastic, and even cry on a video and people could laugh at you. But the idea is that you know you've done it. And with this book, I know I've done it. So I hope you liked that story.